Hey everyone, Jamie Phillips, Action Auto Parts. So I'm up here in the junkyard. I really need to be working on selling parts, but the little blue S10 I've been driving, this cluster and everything is just like about falls off. So it was all disassembled when I got the truck. I put it in there. I didn't have any of the little clipped nuts or anything to hold it together. And I had not hooked up the speedometer cable yet. So I drove it to work today. I got the speedometer cable hooked up. And so I thought, well, I'll come up here to my parts S10 in the junkyard. And I took the 10 millimeter bolts. Well, I don't lose them. The 10 millimeter bolts, or nuts rather, off of the bezel, which I need because all of that's loose in my truck, to get down to those little clip nuts there, which one of the 10 millimeter ones snapped on me and gave me a hard way to go, and then it snapped. Then 3 of the 4 of the little stainless clip nuts came off easy, and then that one right there was a bear. So, and then there's a cicada. Yeah, get out of here, noisy thing. So I got all that disassembled mainly just to get some screws and nuts and all that. So this panel here in my truck, all of these are broke where the screws goes in. Those are all broke. So I took the screws out, and this brake release is still holding it in, even though I took the screw out. So I am going to see if I can get that cable loose, and we will go from there. Okay, so I made it back down to my little blue S10, and those sit up there on top. That nut back there, those were missing. The little stainless steel nut clips I showed you earlier in the video, those was missing. So I got the cluster back in and tight, and this has got 4 of those, 2 up top. There's the other one. And then 2 goes at the bottom, right in there. So when I got the first one out, I actually got some vice grips back in there. I went back to the truck, and I had just found a 10 millimeter socket sticking in the dirt, and that's what I needed. So I get the dirt out of it, I go and I take the other ones out, and one of them breaks, the stud breaks in. So I said, well, I've got 3. So when I took the one to Black Betty to make sure what I needed, I laid it down somewhere and I can't find it. But this was got to where you go down the road, it would just fall out. Now I was going to replace this panel because these clips up in here were broke, but the one in the other truck's blue, and I looked up a video off of Wrong Way Garage to pull this little lever off, and it's not like it should be hard, but I was struggling with it because I was having to lay, pulling it out, then reaching underneath of it and holding that bracket back to try to slip the cable knot out. But then I got to thinking, if everything tightens up okay, I'll leave it like it is for now. I would rather have it not exactly right, but the same color as putting a blue one in it. So I forewent that. And then of course now I got to just stick my heater control, which does nothing but fill up the hole in the dash because there's no heater, all that stuff's gone. They took all of that out. So get that back in, and then put my light switch back in, which does work. Now the gas hand's working, and the dash, the little cluster lights work. I'm hoping that my speedometer will work. So I may here in a minute, I got a customer pulling parts, but I may check it out to see if it actually works. I got the cable hooked up, or at least I hope I got it hooked up right. So we'll add on to this here in just a second. All right, so the heater control and the headlight switches are back in. I'm just going to start it up and put around here in the field, I guess, for a second since that customer's there, and see if in fact the cable is working since I got it hooked back up. Whoa. Still had that thing in drive, and it started. Huh. So may have to get it out. No, it's starting to come up just a little bit, but I may get it out on the road and see how it actually does. next driveway or something and test it out. Then I gotta get all those old tires that's in the bed out of it when I get back. But I think I'm gonna be good. It's up to about 10 mile an hour, so. Yeah, it seems to be wanting to come up a little bit. I think I'm gonna be all right. I know I wasn't, didn't know how fast I was going before, and I don't know how accurate this will be, but oh yeah, I mean, it's working. Like I said, at least it'll give me some kind of a reference point. So I guess that's going to do it on this one. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.